10 Live. Okay, are you struggling to achieve work-life balance? It seems like as we get older, we have more things added to our plate. Trying to balance work while having a life, let's be real, it can be exhausting. Take it from me. Thankfully, there are some solutions for that. I'm really excited about our next guest. Joining us is Carol Enneking. She is a speaker and author of The Rebalancing Act, and you're going to share some advice with us. Yes. The minute you walked in, I was like, I feel like I need this in my life. Welcome. Thank you so much. So tell me a little bit about what made you decide to write this.
Well, it was my own experience, having worked and raised kids and tried to juggle all the things for so many years. And then I thought, well, I'd really like to get some perspectives from all the other people out there that I've worked with, that I've watched do this successfully. And so I decided to interview. I interviewed over 70 people, and I was just asking, what's hard? What have you learned? What would you suggest for others? What are some of the biggest lessons you've taken from trying to juggle all of the things?
I know.
And so that's what inspired me to do it.
Well, I need to read this because I'm a mom. I have an almost 2.5-year-old.
Oh, wow.
I have a husband.
Yes.
I'm a working mom. I also help with my parents.
Yes, me too.
And lately, I felt like I'm drowning, and I don't feel like I'm doing well at everything.
Yeah.
So how can I achieve this work-life balance?
Well, you know, I think the problem may start with trying to focus on balance, because the minute you think you have balance, things change.
That's so true.
You look at when COVID happened, somebody had to pick up the slack. 25% of women left the workforce, at least for some period of time, in 2020 here in the U.S., because somebody had to take care of the kids when schools closed and daycares closed. And so a lot of times that does tend to fall to women, but not always. And I don't think it's just a woman-only issue, but I think because there are so many choices out there for how we spend our time and what we choose to do. But when we're ambitious, we're go-getters, we're goal-driven, we know we can do these things, so then we end up trying to do too many of them.
Yes.
And we lose sight of making choices. Just because we have choices doesn't mean we should choose to do everything.
Okay.
And so we have to really step back and we always laugh about the hamster wheel. My friends and I talk about how we're just going. And I had 2 kids 2 years apart. They're adults now, thank goodness. I'm glad I reached adulthood with them.
Girl. I'm in the thick of it.
You are. And it can feel like you're giving so much to everything else that there's nothing left for you. And I know that because I lived it. And I thought it was me, and then I interviewed all these people and found out it was not just me.
So what tips do you have for us?
So I think the biggest thing is to focus on what matters and stop worrying about what you think you ought to do, what you think society wants you to do, what people tell you to do, and heaven forbid, let go of the guilt. Why do we have all this guilt?
Sounds like mom guilt here,
Seriously, it's like if I'm not the head of the PTA and the swim team and the employee appreciation group and at what cost? And that's what I learned the hard way. And so my goal is to help people learn these lessons faster and easier than I did. So when I start asking questions to people like, what do you stand for? And what do you want to be known for once you leave this job, this phase of life, or this earth? And you think about that legacy. If somebody would have asked that 10 or 15 years ago, asked anyone who knew me, they would have said, oh, she gets a lot done. She's pretty stressed. She's frazzled. That's not what I want to be known for. But I had to let go of all the expectations and really step back and think, okay, what matters most and how am I going to invest my time? Because our time is the most precious commodity we have.
It really is.
And I finally, in my 40s, learned to say no. And it was great to just let that go. And you know what? People understand. And just because you say no right now doesn't mean you have to say no forever. But different seasons in our lives call for different priority decisions. And just because we think we can do it maybe faster, better, or easier than somebody else, it doesn't mean we should.
I love that. My boss actually said something. She was saying you can't achieve balance, but you can achieve harmony.
I love that.
I do too.
Yeah.
I get so much from her. And so I've been really thinking about that. And then what you said, what's our legacy and what matters most? So if we were to do one action today, what would you suggest we do?
I would stop to take a look at how you're spending your time.
Okay.
And think about what you could let go of. One thing, just one little thing that you might let go of that might free up your time, because things change. That's the whole need for rebalance.
I love that you said that, because like different reasons, different seasons of life.
Yes. And you've got to have some margin in there for the unexpected things. You mentioned caring for parents.
Right.
If your parent has a fall, if someone has an issue and you're needed there, you've got to have the space for that. And when you're so filled with things to do, you can't be fulfilled. So think about one thing you could let go.
I'm going to do that. I really enjoyed our conversation. I'd love to have you back. Where can we get a copy of this book? Because I know it's going to help me.
Anywhere books are sold. In fact, we just released the audio book, so it's on all the major platforms.
That helps me driving in traffic. I can listen.
And we have it on Amazon and all the usual places. And you can find out more at my website, carolannaking.com.
All right, I'm going to focus on that one thing, and I'm going to let you know.
Okay,
Thank you
great.
so much. It really was a joy.